would like to give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're grateful to the Deputy Special Representative of the UN in Somalia, Resident Zenenga, Assistant Secretary General of Ursula Mueller, and Chairman of the Commission of the African Union and Head of the African Union Mission in Somalia, Francisco Madero, for their presentations. The situation in Somalia remains complex. We note with concern the growing activity of the terrorist group Al-Shabaab. It continues to control broad areas around the country. We're seeing its fighters infiltrate the cities. According to reports by experts, the group has managed to set up an independent production of explosives. Al-Shabaab represents a threat at the regional level as well. A frightening reminder of that was the January terrorist attack in Nairobi. Now, countering the terrorist threat is a top priority. Especially important is effective cooperation of the central authorities and the federal authorities with the support of the UN and AMISOM in building a national security architecture. Now, the most important task here is to ensure the gradual transition of responsibility for security in the country to the Somalis themselves. We expect that this process will be carried out in accordance with existing plans and also will take into account the concrete developments on the ground. AMISOM continues to play a key role in tackling security challenges. Its reconfiguration should go hand in hand with the consolidation of Somali military and law enforcement bodies. The plan is to have active participation of AMISOM in the preparation and holding of elections planned for 2020-21. In the run-up to these elections, which will be decisive for the future of the country, it would be unwise to carry out an abrupt reduction in the number of African peacekeepers in Somalia. In spite of all the difficulties, we also have noticed quite a number of encouraging trends. In particular, we note the efforts of Mogadishu in building bridges with the federal states. There is progress in the area of constitutional reform. There's positive momentum in the creation of a legislative basis for the upcoming elections. The reform of the financial and economic sector is taking place quite successfully. Mr. President, the Horn of Africa is experiencing major changes. We are convinced that the steps being taken by all countries, including Somalia, in reestablishing good neighborly relations will ultimately lead to the much desired stability and prosperity. At the same time, we would like to warn that achieving this goal will only be possible while strictly respecting the sovereignty of Somalia and for external players not to interfere in the internal affairs of this country. We expect that the new special representative of the Secretary General in Somalia will be guided by precisely these principles. In this connection, we welcome the determination of the authorities of the country to maintain a fruitful cooperation with the UN presence. Thank you very much.
Thank the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.